2021. Randy came out from Spokane, drove all the way out to Seattle yesterday where we pounded pavement. It's a long drive from Spokane to Seattle, so he did a pit stop in Yakima, the town I live in, and he asked if I'd come out and pound some pavement with him on the corner of 1st and Yakima. So absolutely, so here we are. It's early this morning, so we're just getting started. Randy actually has a conversation going on right now with the nurse. And I gotta get my signs in my hand so people can see what I'm standing out here for. But for all the people still in Seattle who flew in, again, thank you guys very much. I feel bad that I'm not there with you guys today, but I am hoping you guys will organize and do it again in the same spot. And I was just thinking about it, without signs and maybe just as a group of people just talking to people coming by in all their masks in Seattle as they all wear, you guys just as a community there could engage. And I know some of you guys did keep some signs, so there should be some signs there. I should have made sure you guys had more signs, thinking about that in hindsight. But yeah, I really do hope that you guys are still who are in town for the day. We'll reconvene again today and make it happen ×2. So again, the time is now to get out the word about the big agendas. And over here, Randy's having a really great conversation. You guys saw him yesterday with his Obey sign. This guy's giving us the thumbs up here. But yeah, it's a Sunday morning. It's a Sunday morning in Yakima, which is slow. We got another thumbs up. Hey, another thumbs up. Appreciate it. Got people looking over, reading the signs. This guy must be in a hurry to get that job done. Let's see. Definitely not as busy as Seattle. If you missed our streams yesterday in Seattle, it's too bad. Big Tech took them down. Let's just hope they don't take this one down here today. The censorship gets worse by the day. That guy and the child in the back gave us the peace. He's raising a good one. Unlike last weekend, if you guys missed, or not last weekend, it was a few days ago. I had the little kid in the back seat with the parents up front flip me off. I was like, wow, raising a special one over there. Raising a special one.
Pounding the pavement, 1st and Yakima.
Anything you want to tell the people watching this morning? This is Randy, everybody. If you're not following Randy's channel, maybe he can tell you where that is, first of all.
Hey guys, Randy, Spokane Archist. I just got out here. A lot more receptive here.
Compared to Seattle, right?
Compared to Seattle.
Indeed.
But, and I go back to everybody believes a different lie. Everybody's programmed differently. She's only got the mask at 6 feet, but she respected the fact that I choose not to wear one. And you know what? That's okay.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, in my opinion.
Indeed. And she was willing to listen and talk.
Yeah, she engaged. She doesn't like this.
She doesn't like the Obey?
Just in general, us being out here trying to spread our propaganda, if you will. That's what basically she said. And I was like, well,
I don't think we're spreading propaganda.
look what we gave up over the last year.
Exactly.
I mean, it's been happening quickly, but what's happened in the last year? Mind-blowing.
People got to think more about that 6 feet too. If everybody's standing 6 feet apart, what is it? 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet, Claydex, 600, exactly, 6 feet under, Claydex, 666 days before the pandemic declared. The mask to buy or sell, 1 letter off from the mark.
Yeah, that's, the vaccine is going to be, they're going to push that just as quick, and they already are. I mean, do you really believe that people can't wait, that they're waiting, that they're just hoping that their number comes up where they can get that vaccination?
In Seattle, that the percentage of people waiting like that is much higher than here in Yakima.
I believe it's overinflated. I know people have gotten the vaccine and they've had effects. My wife has a friend whose pharmacist, somebody he went to school with, died from the vaccine. A lot of people have. You're not hearing about that.
Well, and even when people do, they still dismiss it because they just want to believe more in the, Fauci-Gates narrative. It's like they just put out the story about the 39-year-old woman from Utah who died 4 days after getting the second dose. And people don't even want to hear about that, even though that's a mainstream media article. Right when it first started, remember they reported the 56-year-old doctor in Florida who died from the vaccine.
56-year-old doctor. How about that? 56.
And the woman in Utah's name in gematria equaled 56 too, which just makes you wonder, but...
That's crazy.
That officer's staring down the Civic. Uh-oh, Civic must have old tags or something.
He rolled up at the hotel I stayed at.
That same officer?
Yeah.
Same one, huh?
He rolled up in his car with that mask on so tight.
You know, about a year before the pandemic, HBO made a TV show called Watchmen. But I think it's from a comic book, but all the police officers wear masks like they wear today. It came out 1 year before the pandemic, all these police officers in masks. And then the other part about that show is it carries a really heavy racial element, like the whole Black Lives Matter thing. Like,
Black
I
Lives
can't
Matter,
breathe,
56.
and I can't breathe, not 56, but just I can't breathe with Black Lives Matter and coronavirus, and I can't breathe. So.
Yeah. It's mind-blowing.
It is.
It's just unreal. These are adults that work for a living that are acting like little kids, being controlled by the TV, by their phone, by their screen.
I wonder how many people going through the McDonald's drive-thru are terrified of the virus, but they'll happily get their truly toxic food.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
I had some lady yelling at me yesterday. She got to be at least a good distance and a half, maybe 100 pounds. Telling me, and like, really? You're rolling around on your scooter and
Truly.
about me making you sick?
Truly. What else was funny yesterday, I don't know if you caught it, I walked across the street from the main group because there was a heavier set younger couple screaming at us from across the street. I don't know if you saw them. They were probably in their 20s, screaming how we were idiots and all this. So I walked over to talk to them, but then they wouldn't even listen. They were just screaming at me. But then right behind them came two other younger people who were in a lot better shape, and they happened to be from Spokane. And they were smiling and listening. And I said to them, I said, you guys are not from Seattle. They said, oh no, we're from the east side of the state. I said, I can tell. And they said, yeah. And they weren't wearing masks either, you know?
You know, I will tell you, I find it when I walk into a store or somewhere without a mask and I see other people, it's encouraging. And it might be a little scary, you know, because you're either scared of getting the virus or you're scared of getting in trouble for not wearing a mask.
Indeed.
And again, it's all fear, but it's pretty empowering. And if you choose, if you will go in somewhere, what's the worst thing? They're going to tell you to leave? Okay. But you do empower other people and you give them hope when you choose not to wear the mask. And it's a choice.
It's very true.
Choice.
It's very true. That might be part of the reason they took down our live stream yesterday. There was a man that we talked to.
He took it off.
Oh, you saw that?
I saw that.
Oh, you saw that? Yeah.
I was like, that's it.
That was a powerful moment.
That was.
And it's all gone, thanks to big tech. But, yeah.
That was pretty busy for a Sunday. Hey, folks.
Not bad. Not bad early Sunday morning in sleepy Yakima.
Right? This is a nice little town.
We're yet to get a horn honk, though.
Yeah.
Our post workday
Hey, here
commuters.
you go. Is that a masker in the
Oh yeah, we do. We do.
Yeah. Are we wearing one or two?
I can't tell, but they're older. The older people are more terrified.
They're terrified, and that's sad.
It is.
They are freaking living.
It is.
Fear.
My
My mom hasn't left her house for a year.
Yeah, they had the eye protection too. They weren't messing around. Masks and eye protection.
Did you ever get that full-on hazmat suit?
I decided not to. A lot of the dedicated ladies in the community said that would be a bad idea. They said then you won't be able to interact. People think you're crazy. I was like, okay.
But
Going with the
makes
women's
point.
intuition. It's true. It does make a point. I always respect the women's intuition. They're veterans, so I was like, all right, fine. I think as a one-man show, it would be good, though. If you were just all by yourself on that corner in a big hazmat suit with a big... in hindsight, I think our sign should have just been, you know, are you getting the vaccine? Just to start that conversation.
I got more vinyl and some paint I brought.
Well, I got a lot more poster board and markers, too. But, I mean, if I go back to Seattle, you know, here's not as effective because there's not as many people, but... Yeah, I'm almost tempted to drive back down there today, but Sweet Lady won't be happy about it.
What is a couple hours maybe? From here?
About 2:40, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't take long to get to Yakima. I didn't realize
It's a lot. It's a lot shorter than Spokane. That's for sure.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
my drive today will be really easy.
Yeah, you're halfway.
Live streaming now or just recording?
Oh, we're live streaming.
Oh, awesome.
I'm gonna see if they take us down again. So I'm trying to inspire those Seattle people to link back up at Pike's Place.
Some really cool people, man. That was a real energizing moment, you know?
I was impressed at how many people flew out here. That was amazing to me. So last year we had about 3 or 4. This year we had a ton.
That's a sacrifice.
It is. It's
it's money,
expensive.
It's getting on a plane. It's wearing a mask.
Hotel, right? Exactly. There's a lot that goes into it.
I mean, that's a commitment.
But what I found, what didn't surprise me, but what I found funny is how every last one of them were like, I don't think I'm ever coming to Seattle again. The people here are terrible. I was like, see, now at least you appreciate your home city a lot more.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There's a big difference. Lori and I go to Idaho a lot. Like, if we want to go to a restaurant, because it's just nice. I mean, people there, they're not complying with that. They won't. I mean, everyone's going to submit to it at some point, as you know. Or not.
Yeah, it's like 1984. Eventually even Winston gives in. So
Yeah.
try not to become Winston.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we're going to die anyway, right?
This is true. Everyone will.
Ultimately.
How are you today? Doing well, thank you.
It's yellow cake with marshmallow frosting.
No,
Very nice of you.
What about you? Actually, I'm on my way to St. Paul. I was going to get to St. Paul, but I have enough. I could give you a piece.
No, it's better for the people at St. Paul. I ate breakfast this morning. I really appreciate that.
that's true.
Yeah.
Very sweet of you.
As well.
Oh, I did too. We went to Vieira's and I got these huge cinnamon rolls. They're huge. And coffee, coffee drinks.
Indeed.
Oh, it was good, but it's killing my gut now.
Oh,
It's really,
too much sugar.
It's a
Too much
veggie.
sweetness.
I'm being a binge for the cinnamon roll.
I got a question for you before you go. We are doing a live stream online. I didn't put you on camera because I don't know if you want to be. Do you want to put a message out there for, doing nice things for other people like you're doing this morning?
No.
Okay.
That's all right.
Well, they heard your
I have
voice.
some makeup
They
on.
heard what you're
And
doing.
At least have my teeth brushed.
You look good. You look good. You have a great day. So she's taking some cake to the homeless people early on a Sunday morning. Very sweet thing to do. Part of me thinks like maybe you should give them something healthier though. They don't have a lot of healthy things in their life, but hey, everybody enjoys cake. Yeah.
Talk about a gut egg.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah. People addicted to their sweets and their fast food, no doubt about it. And for the record, she wasn't on camera, but she was not wearing a mask. Walking around outside without fear. She was an older woman herself. I guess she was probably in her 60s. And I better not get a copyright strike for the AC/DC coming off the, I better talk a lot so they can't hear that AC/DC off the bike.
That's right.
First honk of the day. There it is, first honk of the day. I knew it was coming. How long have we been here for? 14 minutes. 14 minutes to get our first honk. Let's see if it gets contagious. I forgot to make the honk. I forgot to make the honk sign.
Make a honk.
I'm gonna get one of those posts so I can hold up 4 signs at once. We need to get a school bus like that, a short bus of our own. Team Gematria. Here's another honk. I told you, gonna get contagious. There it is. Yeah, that's the 3rd honk of the day. Come on, who wants to be number 4? You guys like Yakima? This is about as bad as the weather ever gets in Yakima, It's not a bad day at all, but we got some cloudy skies, but normally it's just clear and beautiful here. It's that part of Washington you just don't know about. Got a peace sign right there. Not quite a honk, but a peace sign.
Peace. Peace is good.
Peace is good, indeed. Indeed. Anything else you want to talk about, Randy?
You know, I was in the car business for years, and I cannot believe, I mean, there's no cars. They've ran out of cars. I don't know how.
Oh, sure.
It's just blowing my mind how expensive used car prices are, new cars.
Don't you think this probably all fits in with Agenda 21 and the renewables? And
It's all about the
yeah, they're making a big
renewables.
transition.
Yeah. That's what it is. I had a big diesel truck I sold. I don't need it anymore. And the reason why I did is I know there's going to be a huge tax coming up for the carbon footprint that they leave.
Well, I mean, look at how fast the gas value just went up. What, it just shoot up $1 in a week?
Yeah, it went up so fast. And
The last time I filled up, it was $2.39. When I filled up before I went to Seattle, it was $3.39. So, I mean, $1 from the last time I filled up.
yeah, it's just absolute extortion, man. Everywhere you turn around, I mean, it's just. But if you have a family of 4, you're going to be getting $5,600 from Joe Biden.
Yeah, didn't you like how they got that in the speech?
Yeah.
Just another coincidence.
So you're getting back some of the money that they stole from you, folks. There you go, right?
But at the cost of deflating the money, so it's not worth as much.
We're solid.
They always win. The game is rigged.
1.9 trillion. Couldn't do 2, couldn't do 1.8. Had to do the 19.
On the COVID-19, 19 years after the 19 hijackers.
Chaos 19.
I can't believe they took down my video on the meaning of 19 about chaos and 19-year cycles for medical misinformation. It's like, how is that medical misinformation?
Yeah. How is it?
Everything is medical
It's just like
misinformation
it
now.
doesn't have to be. It's like, you know, it doesn't have to be true. People just have to believe.
Can we get a honk? Oh, not a honk though from the driver, but the passenger's filling it. Passenger was filling it. What is that, in a Malibu? Chevy Malibu.
Yeah.
Passenger was all about it, but we couldn't get a honk. Yeah, I might just make this the new way I live stream. Whenever I'm doing live streams from now on, just stand out here, live stream, and hold up a sign. I just need to get one of those that's a big post and just put a bunch of signs on it, then my arm's resting. I have
With
like,
the handle,
yeah,
so you can
exactly.
carry around one in one, one in the other.
And it'll actually be easier to handle because it's resting on the ground. I'll have more signs, and I can
like
just
a
talk
little,
about whatever.
1x2, pretty thin. Put some Velcro on this. Click on the board.
That's a
let
good
it go,
idea.
handle.
That's a good idea with the Velcro because then you can switch out your signs. Yeah, that's a great idea. I like that.
I am the MacGyver.
Thank you. That counted as 5 honks, so we're up to 8. Yeah, that's more honks than we got all day in Seattle. The dog is checking it out. The dog is digging it. The one good thing about Seattle is nobody had a mask on their dog yesterday. I wondered how many people would start doing that at the beginning of the pandemic when they were reporting that animals were catching it.
You know, Nathan said that yesterday. Where we talk a lot. And he said, you know, if somebody started coming out with a mask, that's probably make a lot of money. It's a cruel thing to do, but you know someone's going to do it anyway.
There's another honk. And by the way, the last one didn't honk, but the camera wasn't on them, but they were smiling and thumbsing up too. So we're getting a high ratio of people who appreciate it out here today.
Yeah, I got to say at least 20% of people are responding somehow. Some people are driving by, turning their head just because they feel awkward.
Sure.
God, people are so weird.
Antisocial, man. You start to think about why society got to be so antisocial. There's a thumbs up, not a honk, but a thumbs up from the big truck. You start to think about, I mean, it's like most people are in a bubble all day. If it's not their car, their own room, watching TV, there's just human interaction is so down. Social media age, right.
That is something that was so powerful. Yesterday.
Friendly wave right here.
Yeah.
Friendly waivers, thank you.
It's it's one thing to talk to folks and to comment, but to just getting back to the old-fashioned face-to-face talking, it's pretty cool.
Indeed.
You know, and it's like atrophy. If you don't use it, you lose it. People do it all the time. And
Indeed.
you know, the new normal, I hate the term, but normal's only what you're used to.
Indeed.
So,
Indeed.
I'm pretty used to it.
I got to get Token Tim over his shyness. He'd come out here and do this if he wasn't so shy.
You know. Okay, this one truck's gonna say something. No. That's a nice truck.
It is. It is.
About 80 grand.
A truck like that?
Get that truck?
Yeah, it's going to be really expensive to drive around here pretty soon.
How's it going?
The work trucks on the Sundays, we're not getting the honks like we did over the week.
Hey, did you get my text when I sent you that, you know how you had said previously how we're probably going to start seeing Sunday being a day where businesses are closed, a day for
Sure.
rest for the planet? And I know
Sure.
you said there's some good things on that. It's all about Sunday.
Right.
And,
From the Sun Cult.
so my previous employer, like where I was, so bad now. I gave them my notice and I told them to come sand. I hate it. They deserved it.
Sure.
But in either case, it goes deceased or something.
Interesting.
Never do that.
Interesting. Yeah.
What
Sign of things to
What
come.
motivated them to do that?
Sure. Signs of the times.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just a little chunk at a time, a little bit, Zach.
That's right.
A little bit.
Well, that's how they work against us too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Incrementally.
They
That-
can't censor this, though. They can't take this sign down. More people need to be out here doing it.
Well, you say that now, but actually they could. They could. They could pass some new laws.
Yeah. I mean, for every new law, there's a new crime.
Right. I mean, they really could. They could create a new law. Speaking against government. How you doing today? Good morning.
That is an awesome bike.
Oh, thank you.
Got the hydraulic disc brakes and all
Look at
that.
that. Fancy.
Right on. I like bikes.
We got some friendly waves there. Thank you to these people. This person, I think that was a nod, or maybe that's just how she turns and she makes a right. I'll take it as a nod, though. I've been thinking about doing that if I can get my GoPro to work. Going on bike rides with the GoPro and just talking about things. Inspire people to go out and get some exercise and think about some important stuff. And then see some scenery. There's some nice stuff in Yakima. I see somebody talking to Holly. I didn't see Holly's comment herself. But again, happy birthday, Holly. It's your birthday weekend. Hope you're having a great one. Still very young. It's been a second since we got a honk. Got contagious there for a minute.
Double sign.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Again, Randy is out of Spokane. And Randy, one more time, you want to tell people your YouTube channel so they can find you?
Spokane Artist. So it's Spokane without the E. For those of you not familiar, you pronounce it Spokane, but it's Spokane, SPOKAN-ARCHIST. Spokane Artist. Thanks, man.
Of course. Yeah, Randy's doing a good job helping get out the word. His problem yesterday was he doesn't have 1,000 subscribers yet, so he couldn't live stream on his channel. Maybe that was a blessing in disguise because he probably just would have got a strike.
Could have been. Hello.
Oh no, she's telling us to put on a mask.
Yeah.
She's telling us we need a mask. We got a honk to put on a mask. I don't count that honk. It's a negative honk. She's like, where's your mask at?
Naughty boys.
Some young girls over there checking it out. What's the deal? Never seen things like this on the corner of Yakima. Okay, can you guys see down the street? Down the street, that building on the left, the tallest one on the left, few blocks down. You see that building? That building used to be a massive Masonic lodge, and now it's called Hotel Maison. Hotel Maison. So,
Really? That's the Mason
Yeah, I'll go down there and show you. You can see where they took the plaque off the side of the building, and you can see how the entry used to be the Masonic arch with the pillars. Now it's just a side entrance to the hotel, but Hotel Maison.
They love those twin pillars.
Yeah, indeed.
Boaz and
All about the symbolism.
Would you not say, Zach, that there's like just a ton of undeniable facts and evidence that the Jesuits are behind this entire agenda?
I would say absolutely so, and especially since yesterday when we were talking about that with the guy in the pink pants, and then he came back in his new outfit with his boombox and got us shut down.
Did he have the apple bottom jeans and the boots with the boots?
Nice. I don't think he had all that, but yeah, he just went into he was just filibustering and making bogus arguments and trying to downplay everything. His response to what I was shared about the Jesuits was, he's like, well, I'm a Muslim. And I was like, well, what are you even saying? And I don't even think he was really a Muslim. I think he was a you-know-who, honestly.
So,
Here comes the train.
you know they paid out like $287 million some dollars last year in lawsuits?
Who did?
The Catholic Church.
Oh,
For a child.
I think that's just a normal year for them. The old Yakima train coming through.
What's to keep somebody from selling them now? For what they're doing? At least getting a day in court.
See, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, like a part of me's like, yeah, we got to use the courts and take on what's going on from the censorship and everything. But at the end of the day, they control all that stuff. So it's like, you can't. I don't think you can beat them there, really.
You can't beat them, then you can expose them a little bit. Maybe
True.
Make some people up.
That's true.
Probably make your life go.
Might be a very expensive way to go about it, though. So I just wish we could gather enough people for the revolution.
I know they broke out that checkbook. I'm seriously, I think it was $280 million last year.
It's
Confirm that.
Well, remember the whole George Floyd thing. So the George Floyd killing was reportedly May 25th. So, what? How do you write that day? 22/5, like 225, and then that same week, the Minnesota Catholic Church alone settled for $22.5 million for sexual abuse just in Minnesota. And then George Floyd supposedly died 225 days after his birthday, and then that phrase, the Great Tribulation, is 225. But again, just looking at that alone, Minnesota alone settled for $22.5 million in sexual abuse cases. I mean,
Hey, innocent people don't write checks.
not like that.
No, I mean, well, they could. Like you said, they could.
I mean, this is what I just can't understand. How can people be waiting in a line to eat at McDonald's? Like, you could literally make some oatmeal on your stove and some toast. It'd be cheaper, it'd be healthier. You didn't have to drive and get some toxic food. I just don't understand America. I mean, in that line right now, how much money is going to be spent on toxic McDonald's from just those cars right there? There's probably another $300 coming into their nasty corporation. But just America is addicted to all the wrong things.
Well, I think it goes back to the kids, get the kids
From a young age, and then they grow up and become lifelong consumers.
That's exactly what it is. It's just like the stick people with the mask commercials on TV. The kids are being programmed to tell the parents to wear the mask. And
Yeah.
the parents will do it. Because everybody wants to be freaking told what to do. You don't realize it, but you do.
Well,
Follows rules.
and that's why you realize back in the day there was a tribe and a chief leader, and you had the right chief because he actually cared about you and he was the wise one, so he was the one you follow. You realize that's how humanity is. Majority of people are meant to follow, but you're supposed to have the right leader. And in our society, we don't have the right leaders. So we have people following the wrong chiefs, the evil chiefs.
That's a fact. I mean, not everybody on a football team is going to be the quarterback,
Right.
right?
Right.
You need everybody, but you got to have a good team.
Yeah, we don't got the right chief here. The commander-in-chief is always selling us out. Come on, Sunday crowd, we need some more hunks.
Trump was probably the best actor since Ronald Reagan.
and indeed, they were both actors too, and they had a lot of similarities. My signs blew over down here. I got some signs on the ground too, trying to get the additional word out.
Sign down.
Sign down is right. So, let's see if I can get that right again. I had it strategic. Okay. So I sort of got it. Well, one of my 6s is a little bit too covered now.
Oh shit.
That's okay. We'll get it figured out here.
Hey, I thought the preacher was going to give you the mic yesterday for a minute.
Well, what was funny is I was talking to him, and he said he had just become a Christian a few weeks ago, and I was like, wow, you're already out here on the loudspeaker?
Jeez, if only you could get people with gematria. Hey, I just watched a video, and they're out on the street, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
could be dangerous.
yeah. For those of you guys who missed the live, yeah, you might want to have more than a few weeks of experience. But, yeah, he was a young person, and he said before he found Jesus a few weeks ago, he thought the only point of life was to go after women. And I said, well, yeah, you're right. There is more to life. Spirituality is important. But what about this, Randy? He'd already come to the conclusion that if you weren't with Jesus, you were of the devil. Do you think that's right?
No, I think that's absolute programming. That's religion. And,
You believe in Jesus yourself, though, correct?
Okay, I'm not going to say that I don't. I'm not going to deny. But again, I don't know. Like, you know, was Jesus his name?
Sure.
Say during that time there wasn't even a
Well,
letter J. I don't know if that's the case or not.
I think it's most commonly understood that his name was Yeshua, but yeah.
100% believe in a creator, but I don't believe that there's certain things I got to do and get my passport stamped to make it into the next life, whatever that might be. But I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Sure,
I don't know what it's going to be.
Sure.
But I absolutely believe in good and evil is very apparent. You know, the Bible does say that Satan is the prince of the power of the air when he every waves of the world.
Truly, that is very true.
So there's just so much truth in it, but there's too many spins, too many things work to their benefit. Like you're told, you know, not to be a stargazer or look into the very thing that they're working against us with this magic.
Sure.
But we're not supposed to.
We're not supposed to know about what they're actually doing is the way the book kind of instructs.
And we're supposed to, so we're supposed to fight by the rules that they make when they themselves don't follow them.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Which is kind of just like COVID, right? Gavin Newsom tells you to all stay in your house, but then he's out partying with his friends. So.
Yeah. What was it? In
the lawn.
56,
whatever that place, French Laundry. I forget the name of the restaurant. It had French in it. I was like, oh, of course, with the whole Jesuit France thing. Lady Gaga and her French bulldogs. Day of the old Bender Bill. So.
Kitty, I want to add, that kid, whatever he believes, you know, that he's got saved, born again, Jesus, it's working for him for now, but that just works for a while, man. And here's why I say, I'm not saying that Jesus isn't real. I'm saying that when you think you're right and everyone else is wrong, you got a freaking problem, man.
That's why I talked to 2 people out here who said the same thing, and they were all very nice people. I don't have a problem with them, but I was like, at the end of the day, if you believe that about other people, that they're the devil because they believe different, that's ultimately gonna. I said that's why there's so many wars in the world over religion, because of those kind of beliefs. Ultimately, it comes to that, us and them.
I think the religion is to make the people fighting the war believe they're doing the right thing, but we know that who's running both sides of any opposition. It's just standard.
Right. I don't know why more people can't just say, all right, I understand I should be a good person. It's good to be good. It feels good to be good, but I don't need to be so, egotistical that my belief is the greatest and every other one is wrong or even evil.
You know, there's so many frauds. So I used to follow people like Benny Hinn, Paula White, Buffalo Dollar, T.D. Jakes. Never got into Joel Osteen. He always gave me the briefs. But the thing is, all these people, it's all about the money.
Let's just say that, especially with Osteen. I mean, mega billionaire, and then they have these horrible tragedies down there. He doesn't take anybody in. It's like, what kind of person is this?
Yeah, spawn of Satan, in my opinion. Because anybody, it's as bad as taking advantage of a little child and abusing them. Because you are totally playing with people's beliefs, you're sucking the money out of them. If you don't give your 10%, God's not going to bless you. Sow a seed.
Indeed.
Yeah, that pretty much fried me on that.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people's lives run because of that.
Sure.
And so where do you go? What's left? Where do you go when you go to God, your Creator? You already, restricted.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. I mean, mainstream society really does try to take people away from spirituality too, and you see why. I mean, it's
Jesus told the Pharisees they're full of dead men's bones.
sure.
And he hung out with tax collectors and prostitutes. What? Oh, he did? Yeah, he did. And the first miracle we did was fine. Oh, make you guys come out here.
To fight the agenda that nobody else is fighting, man.
Thank you.
Do you want to be on camera and say something? Fair enough.
It's cool.
Well, we've been putting it together for a long time, but we're just coming out here. We did this about a year ago on this corner, but it's still going on a year later, so we got to get the word out again.
Yeah.
So,
Are you business owners or no?
I'm self-employed, so
I'm self-employed. I own a lead overhead doors here in town.
yeah,
Nice. And to see what they've done to small business,
it's an agenda.
it is.
The
Total
nation's
agenda.
wealth has shifted to the ruling class. Got a business card? All right, appreciate it, man.
Sign with you guys, 'cause this is
We got extra signs if you want to come out and hold with us. All right, we'll be here for a while.
Get a spot.
So there's a business owner in his big truck. He didn't want to be on camera, but he just gave me his business card. If you want to support him in Yakima, here, I'll just put his camera. Oh, my sign fell down again. Well, here. Where's that? Elite Overhead Doors. Just stop by, and he's saying, this has really put a dent in small business. Absolutely, across the whole world. It's a worldwide agenda, shifting wealth, shifting the way we live and believe about everything. I mean,
Well, it's another level of control. You know what's funny? We were just talking about religion, and then they shut the churches down.
yeah, that's true too, right?
So,
You can't even, yeah, exactly.
but the reason why is because, there's some pastors and preachers out there that are saying, hey, this is bullcrap, we can't have that. Let me tell you what, pretty much people in a church will do what their pastor says. I was in a very controlling, I'm going to call it a cult, Christian cult.
Is this the same? I can't tell if that's the same guy. See,
Yeah, it's the same dude.
he is going to come out here and hold a sign with us. All right, he doesn't want to be on camera though, but he wants to hold a sign with us.
I respect the fact that he took that time out of his day.
Yeah, here he is.
Stand up for what he believes.
There he is.
So what's been the public's take on everything?
Well, I don't want to put you on camera, but we were in Seattle yesterday, and I'll tell you what, they're a lot less receptive there than here, that's for
Right,
sure.
right.
Everybody's in a mask there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So.
It's
Walking around outside. Some people double mask.
Yeah. It's unreal. The fear that they've perpetuated, that they took it too far. They went too far on
I'm going to record your audio, but not you.
They went too far on this one. And now they can't pull it back.
Right.
They-
It's a weapon. They can only move.
Well, I don't think they
Yeah,
ever meant to pull
so-
it back.
I don't think they expected it to go this extreme, especially with the kids. Like the psychological fallout.
I think
have
this is
3
exactly
little
what they
kids.
want.
The psychological fallout of this for people is unreal.
Indeed.
As a business owner here in town, we've had to turn away accounts because I won't play their game.
Good for you.
Here's the deal. You're calling us. We're healthy. We're coming in to do work. We're not worried. If my guys want to wear one, wear one. If you don't. But we've started turning them away. And they look at you like, what? No, I'm not doing your work. I'm not playing your games.
I respect that more than anything.
And-
Many people are all about the money, the dollar. You know what? Like, hey,
And we've had customers, that are like, hey, can you wear a mask? Can you wear gloves? They're going through cancer treatments. They're health compromised. We understand that.
Sure.
Like, we totally get it. But this wearing fabric over your face is absolutely asinine.
It's to see if we'll comply. It's like
Right.
keeping mosquitoes out with a chain link fence. There's
Yeah.
another hunk.
That's exactly what it is.
It's all about compliance. The restaurants that make you wear the mask in to sit down at the table and eat, it's like, what are we doing?
Right.
What are we doing? Well, this is
So-
what I have to do to keep my business license. It's like, yeah, they're playing games with us.
They are, and the thing is if everybody stood up and said we're not doing this,
Exactly.
we're just not doing it.
No one rules if no one obeys.
You know.
And you know that's what's going on in Sela. Magic Pizza,
Yeah.
just open up, and then the other stores around do the same thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
If you want to eat, Randy, I'll take you out to we can go check out the Sela Pizza if you want to get some food.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. You know, and my wife, we have 3 little ones, and it's always the grown men. It seems like that feel the need, like she goes to the store to jump her because she doesn't wear a mask. Oh, and they'll come up and they'll confront her. And I remember she come home in tears one day.
Oh, man.
And she's like, I had this guy, he was 30-something, that approached her and was following her through the store.
Sure.
And finally she ended up leaving. She's like, I just wish they'd do that to you. I'm like, they're not going to do it to me.
Right.
You know, they're not going to do it.
And that shows you what their character is.
Yeah.
They'll pick on a woman.
That is a
That's a coward too, and that's also why they're so afraid of all this.
But you guys have mad respect from me on this because it is a polarizing thing, as you guys were aware in Seattle. The fear is huge. The one thing is I remind people, we're all dying. From the moment we're born, we're dying. Our cells are dying.
It's inevitable. One way out.
Yeah.
One way in, one way out.
And there's no guarantee. There's no time stamp. There's nothing that says a cold's going to take you out or a heart attack or something else.
But like you just said, you have 3 little ones, and what are we doing right now for the younger people? We're teaching them a culture of fear, and it's wrong. It's wrong.
End up obeying.
Yeah. And why do you think they're doing that to small businesses? They're shuttering small businesses because we're the last of the kind of free thinkers, okay?
Right.
We're not punching a clock for somebody else. We're not controlled by corporate policies. Okay, they hit the smallest businesses to break them. And then they throw you hush money. Here, we're gonna throw you business welfare in the sense of you can keep your guys going. We've been struggling because we've been looking for people.
Yeah.
No one wants to work because they're getting more on unemployment. Okay, between the extra $600 they were doing last summer on top of theirs, they're taking more home per week than I as a business owner am taking on their unemployment checks. And it's unreal. So we need more of you guys. That's why I had to stop, because we do need more people standing up.
It's like feeding a stray cat that comes by your house. It's never going to eat.
Right.
You know, because it's going to want more food. And I love cats. We have 4 cats, and they're all rescues and stray 3 dogs. But my point is, you feed them, you give them something, they don't have to do anything for it. Where's the motivation? Do you know, that must internally really destroy
That's what they're
people.
doing. They're building a society of people that are dependent even more on government, people that are used to government handouts who don't have to work. They want a society of servants. It's not an accident that they had that Andrew Yang campaign on the radical idea of you're all about to get phased out by big tech.
Right.
We need to start sending you $1,000 a month so you can have a roof and food. And 1 month after he ends his campaign, and keep in mind he's from China too, right? Part of the mockery.
Right.
1 month later, the pandemic's declared. They're talking about stay home from work. We're going to send you a check. This is all an agenda. And I'm telling you, man, it hasn't gone further than they expected. This is a big agenda. Do you know what about Agenda 21?
Followed part of it, not enough.
So
to
that's
quote
what
it.
this is.
Yeah.
That's what this is. Because Agenda 21 was agreed to in the 90s, and what they wanted was by the start of 2021, less people commuting, more people working, using technology, less people traveling. All those things are happening right now under the guise of the pandemic.
Yep.
And then look at all that they're doing. Again, they're saying that we need to phase out, paper money because it can carry germs. Well, why do you think they want digital money? Because then they can track every last penny. It's like if you're a business owner and say, all right, you pay me cash, I don't have to record that, I can save you.
Right.
No more of that, right?
No more.
No more of that. You got to tip somebody, they're going to pay taxes on every last.
Look at what they're doing to Bitcoin. They're going after the same thing.
Absolutely.
As far as tracking and recording.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I remember back when the debit card thing was taking effect and it was free, no charge, this and that. Everyone's running plastic.
Sure.
A few keystrokes, the government can shut you down.
Absolutely.
They can take everything and shut you
Absolutely.
down. So, yeah, if people don't see the big picture here,
It's just hitting the switch.
yeah,
That's all they gotta do.
done. One keystroke, all your funds, everything's tied up, everything's
Exactly.
locked up.
And that's the world they want. And what they're doing in China will come here too with the social credit scores. They evaluate everything you're doing. If you're posting online saying that this is an agenda, next thing you know, you're not qualified for a loan or whatever it is that you might need. It's just, that's the world they're building right now.
It all started too with like Credit Karma and Credit Wise, and for the social credit. Yeah. So they started with your credit score where you could monitor and check it at any time, like 10 years ago or so. And now, the social crediting system is coming. Let me tell you what, I would be a 300 on the social credit score because I am not compliant.
That would be the lowest score possible.
Yeah, they want good cheap.
They want compliance.
Yeah, they want. It goes so much deeper than most people are looking at. And you got to think, one, in the United States, where are we getting our money from? We're borrowing it at this point.
Oh.
We're taking out loans, government loans.
They're purposely devaluing the dollar right now.
Why would anybody give us a loan?
Right.
There's not even possible that you could ever pay this back.
Right. Because they're going to own us.
It's new world order though, man. It's new world order.
They're buying up ports. They're buying up port districts.
Back in 2010 when I was driving through Illinois, my girlfriend at the time, her dad was explaining that all the tolls we were driving under now don't even go to the state. No. They go to foreign interests. And there's tolls everywhere as we drove around that area. And he's like, none of these go to the state anymore. It's like, wow. So these are just a straight tax.
You'd be smoked right now.
What's that?
I said if looks could kill, you'd be smoked.
Yeah. Some people very indoctrinated.
You know what? They're just as convinced they're right as we're right. And it just depends on the programming they watch.
Well, and I mean, they represent probably 90% of America. They think watching the news makes them in the know.
Yep.
It's amazing because, I mean, from their news, then it goes to Pfizer promoting their medicine. It's like, you don't think that they're biased towards Pfizer? That's who's paying their bills.
I mean, billion did Pfizer just, recently pay out for a lawsuit?
Pfizer's paid out for more lawsuits for medical injuries and death than any pharmaceutical company, and they're the first one to get the rushed out vaccine approved for the 99.95% survivable illness.
So I take it you guys aren't getting it either.
Oh my God. I haven't worn a mask I've been shopping at Fred Meyer all year because they're the only store that doesn't make you wear a mask. However, in the last 3 weeks they started playing this audio recording that says mask required, but none of the employees are still saying anything. So
Right. No, I'm right there with you. I interact every day. I've never worn a mask.
Yeah.
We traveled 12 states in the middle of the shutdown. It was fine, all except for the West Coast. We hit the West Coast, and the West Coast was bad.
You mean the people?
The people, yeah. Well, they have this sense that they can attack you.
They're the most indoctrinated.
That they can come up and they can aggress you for whatever reason they feel.
Right.
And it was kind of comical to see. But at a year in, we're still dealing with this. It highlights. So.
And you see what they're doing, honestly. They're reporting that flu is down 98%, so now everything's COVID.
That's because everyone's wearing a mask. This is what they're saying.
Right.
You're wearing a piece of fabric over your face. So that's prevented the flu.
But the COVID is too strong.
Right.
But you see what they're going to do. So now because I know people who work at pharmacies, they're not selling any stuff for flu anymore. It's just the stuff that's always sold out is gone. So that means these companies that are in on this COVID thing, they're gaining market share in their industry, and the flu company, the people in the flu business, they're getting phased out. It's a big takeover. It's a concentration of power and wealth.
It's a dangerous thing anymore to the government. They don't like us.
It has been. It has been.
God forbid.
Governmental.
Govern. To control, ment comes from mind. Control mind. Government.
They did a good job of breaking everybody. They
Almost everybody.
They really did.
Almost everybody.
And then we started erasing history. We started erasing things that happened. And people asked me, they said, why won't you wear a mask? It's just a mask. And I refused. And I said, it's one step away from why won't I just get in a boxcar? Because it's for my safety. No, right. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not playing this game. But if you erase history, we won't teach younger generations about all the stuff that has happened.
Right. And that's what I explain to people, too, is I'm in the post office every day because they don't make you wear a mask in there. And in fact, until November, none of them were wearing it until it was right after Biden got elected that they cracked down and made the postal workers wear their masks in the thing. But I'm in the post office every day shipping off books. Right. And I like when young children are looking at me like I'm a zoo creature now because I don't have a mask on. Because those kids are thinking about, well, why doesn't he have a mask on? And that's what they need to think about. No. Yeah, she supports it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We got a disagreement in the car. The driver supports, the passenger does not.
You know, I mean, you stopping and talking to us pumps us up. Us being here, that lady honking,
Uh-huh.
it gives us all hope.
It's got to get people, it's got to be thinking.
Oh, she's from Seattle. That's a Seattle one right there. We got a lot of that in Seattle yesterday.
She said, okay.
Oh, she's flipping you off too.
Who is?
The lady in the white car.
In this car?
Yeah.
So are they flipping off because we're saying obey or because we're saying it's an agenda?
It could
Oh,
be.
double fingers. Double fingers.
Nice.
It could be both, you
See,
know.
Subaru, I guarantee they're from Seattle. Everybody drives a Subaru in Seattle.
Yeah. I had to stop. My shop's right down here, and I was driving by the other day, and I saw you guys out there, and I'm like, okay, we got two guys finally standing up. Let's see what this is about. And this morning, I was like, I gotta stop and talk to him and see.
Expect to start seeing me out here every day. That's what I'm a content creator, just talking about the latest. I think I'm just gonna start doing all my content right here from the corner. So
Yeah. Well, cool. You guys keep it up. Probably join you one of these days.
Yeah.
hey, you just joined us, man. I appreciate it.
So,
Do you want to promote your business in case anyone's listening from Yakima?
no, it's all right.
All right, man.
Make some badass signs out of recycled garage doors, like those 5 sections, aluminum, the light, not the insulated.
We
light.
could.
Just
We
saying.
could.
Yeah,
We could.
that would be a good sign. I don't know what you do with them when you're done, but
Well, it's just funny to see all the people that are complying.
I'm wearing my mask in
Yeah.
my car.
I always think it's funny when you see one person with the mask on and one off. Like, what's going on in that car? You can see who has more fear in their hearts.
Right. So, take care, you guys.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your
Have a
Sunday,
good
man.
one.
You take care. All right. That was awesome.
You know, again, that took a little effort to stop, talk.
I'm gonna get on this side of you.
Freeze. It's making a difference.
Indeed. And it was the other day, a woman stopped and parked and came and talked to me for a while. And the last live stream I did out here, there was a gentleman who was glad to see an like-minded person. And I realize if I really do just start doing this every day, it might just build up a little following in Yakima.
Make some friends.
Yeah, and it'd be good to know who's legit in this town. The one thing I worry about is getting other people in trouble. I'm not too afraid to get in trouble myself, but I know the sheriff's got my back. And by the way, when we were talking to him, another sheriff drove by, he didn't honk, but he gave us a thumbs up. It might even been the same one that did it on Friday, but we got another thumbs up from a sheriff. So I know at least 1 or 2 sheriffs in town are down for the cause.
I've heard that the sheriff has more authority in like your county than what even the governor does in the state. Do you know anything about that?
Say it again.
That
The sheriff in your county has more authority than the governor in the state?
yeah.
Well, that's because if the sheriff's on your side, he's not going to come and shut down your business. And I mean that's why, yeah. So in a way, he's not going to enforce whatever the governor's saying.
Yeah.
And that's why when you go into all these stores now, it says mask required by state order, not by state law, but just the latest thing that the governor ordered. You know what I mean? There's not a law in the books, but they're saying that's been ordered by the governor. That's why people don't really have to comply; they choose to. The business chooses to comply. They don't have to.
I know.
She gave us the hand wave. Oh, come on, lady.
Come on now.
Come on, lady.
Wow.
She's in her Jeep Renegade. I feel like that's the spirit of the Renegade right there. That McDonald's line is unstoppable. Never in my life have I gotten up and eaten anything at McDonald's. True fact. I just don't. It's just so easy to just make something that's better than McDonald's. It just takes minutes. Slice up some fruits, make some oatmeal. You can do this in minutes. Minutes, and it's cheaper and it's better for you.
Yeah, and it'll stick with you longer.
It will.
Yeah, you'll be. Yeah, it has substance. The stuff, I don't know what it is.
Right, it's meant to burn up. This is engineered food. It's meant to go through you quick, make you hungry again, come back and buy some more. How many of these people will be in the drive-thru at least 2 times today? I bet you several.
It gets to be a routine though, like what we were saying, the normal, you know. You get up, you drop your kids off, you run through the drive-through, you go to work, you eat it on your way, you're all stressed out, wearing your mask, can't breathe, eating crappy food. Yeah. It's pretty much like putting shitty gas in your car and never changing your oil.
Right.
It's just bad management.
And that's why so many people die early and from preventable disease and illness. It's like we don't take care of our bodies as well as we take care of our cars. You're supposed to put in at least octane 87. This is like octane 50. Just wrecking your car.
This is wrecking you.
Yeah, I think I really am going to start doing this every day. From now on, when I live stream, I'll just talk. I'll research what the day's event is, and then I'll come out and present it here while we just film the people of the street pass by at the busiest intersection in Yakima. And I'll do that until we move out of this town. Hey, there we go. Some supporters. That was like what, the 7th or 8th honk? Well, I gave that one person, they gave us like 5 honks, so I gave us some bonus points, but really that was probably the 7th or 8th car this morning. We did get somebody who honked at us though. I saw that thumbs up, thank you. We get that one person though that honked and flashed the mask like we need to be wearing masks out here. The COVID is everywhere.
I've never seen so many mask holes as Seattle.
I got to imagine Seattle's at the very top of the list. I mean, you really, if we surveyed, I mean, it was close to 100% of people in masks.
Who was the gentleman there from Chicago?
His father and son came out.
Yeah. Brian.
They're gonna meet up with Bart.
His son was
They're gonna meet up with Bart in Chicago. They didn't realize Bart was in Chicago, but now they do. So Bart, if you're out there, hey Bart, if you're out there, the father and son who flew out, they were not aware of you before, but now they're aware and they found your Free to Find Truth page. They're gonna link up with you. Maybe they've already reached out, but they want to come pound some pavement with you. So now there's a trio of you guys, and you guys can build your numbers from there. So shout out to Bart.
Well, Brian said Chicago was worse than Seattle. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said it's not a lot more. He said, but if there was a contest, Chicago would take first. Seattle.
Really?
Yeah, he said people get in your face. I mean, that will tear into you if you're not wearing a mask.
Well, they're more direct. Okay. I guess I didn't have that conversation with them. Everybody else said they'll never come to Seattle again. I guess I missed the conversation with Chicago. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, I mean, if he watches, he'll know that.
She was mouthing something. I could tell the facial expression wasn't friendly. This guy's laughing about it over here. I don't know if he agrees or disagrees. Randy's sign is monstrous. There's no way you can miss that. Well, from the back you can't tell, but there, that bright yellow obey. You can't miss it. I feel like, wait. It might actually be helpful if you like somehow just attach like a few masks to the corner or something. Because then they might be thinking like,
dude, you hit it.
You have masks with you to do it?
I gotta have a mask in my car.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you want to go and grab it. I just imagine if you had one on each corner, then there's no way they'd miss it. They'd be like, okay, that's what it's saying. Yeah, we should. Yeah, I'll be here. Randy's going to try attaching some masks to his obey sign to see what people, if that gets more of a reaction. Thank you for everyone who tuned in today. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. That you guys have subscribed to this channel. Very few people have, unless YouTube's deflating our numbers. But yeah, so far, not too bad. It was nice to have that gentleman pull over and talk to us and tell us his story. Hopefully you caught that. If not, you can always rewind the video. He must have spent at least 10 minutes with us. And if you just got here, I'd say it was probably 15 minutes ago. Not exactly doing a good job at keeping track of time, but something like that. He drove by, saw us, drove around the block, parked, and he said he'll probably come out here if he keeps seeing me stand on this corner. So that makes me think I'm going to keep standing on this corner until more people do the same thing. Thank you. Thank you. See, working people. That guy's, hey, whistling. That's what you do with the ladies. Come on, man. Just never know in 2021.